Okay. It happens to be the first sketch. Did it in 2020. I guess that was COVID era. A nose, sideways nose. Let's spin this around. You might want to do this. I take a piece of plastic, and if I'm using heavy marker or wet ink, I place it under my drawing so the ink won't go through to my next page. Also, sometimes I get pretty rough with what I'm doing, and I don't want to damage the page underneath. So, yeah, I use that when I'm using ink and wet material. Ear. Oh, you see, I wasn't happy with that one, I guess. Number 2, number 1. Okay, yeah. Bolt, I guess. Why? I don't know. Good question. I have no idea. Hair. Why hair? I don't know. I think I was just trying to be more realistic with my drawings. And I thought I'll give some realism, some static realism. I've always drawn pretty realistic, but not like realistic. I wouldn't call this photorealistic, but it's getting there. Closer at least. Hair, braids, of course. What man doesn't love drawing a head full of braids? I'll tell you what I like about this is what is it? The variation in grays. I've got some really dark stuff here. Not black, but pretty dark, maybe an 8 if 10 is black. And then I go through the range. And I think what I did, I think I went in, I forget how I got all the strands to show up the whites. I might have put down wax so that the pencil didn't hit those areas. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Yes, I wouldn't call that a success at all. Well, it is because I did it, but not what I wanted. What is this? Just some doodles. This was talking to students about spheres and cylinders and how you can turn them into cartoon heads, as I did with this one and this one, and how you could see different angles of the head based on taking that cylinder and tilting it. Okay, this is, during one of my IV infusions, I was getting infusions twice a week through an IV. Not a fun experience, but that's past. Well, at least that part of it's past. And this is what I did during that time. I like it. Some marker and definitely a brush, and then some pencil. I did this just the other night while sitting in the hospital. My wife has had a knee replacement. Melissa, my wife, didn't finish it, but this leg is too small. This leg doesn't make sense here. This hand is too small. But I really love this part of the arm. I do like this part of the leg. I like the head's okay. I haven't sketched in a long time. So I've got some stuff that's working and some stuff that's not working. This looks like, I did this with some students. I teach from home, so I used to teach in the public school system, but now I teach from home. I kind of like this. I think I'm going to do a little bit with this right now. I'm going to take an eraser, and I'm going to go back in and I'm going to lighten up some of this stuff. That it's too dark and it's not falling back into the background.
And I stood right at that door, and I laughed. I swear to you, dude. I swear to you. It happened. I know it happened.
I'm watching Twilight Zone. I'm not watching it, but I'm listening to it.
Punk kid.
The original Twilight Zone.
I'm going to tell him that he's a very sick cookie and ought to be kept under observation for another 7 years. And every Saturday night, Major Guard, the Colonel and I are going to phone you from whatever bar we happen to be in at the time. And
That just pushes that back a little bit and pulls these trees forward a little bit. Not amazing, but it's something. Oh, going the wrong way. Guitar design I was working on is kind of reminiscent of the Prince guitar. Well, actually, it's a lot like the Prince guitar. Don't like it. Some heads. So what am I going to do today? I'm going to finish looking at this. Here's a body I was working on. Another dragon with a woman on it. Very cool. I can finish that one up sometime. This was at the IV infusion. I remember that. I'll write that on there. IV infusion.
hey, you're folks in Harrington, ain't you? Ain't you guys was up in space? Yeah, wait, you stop by.
I think today I am going to draw some creatures, some insect type creatures, or I don't know, crab-like creatures. I don't know what they're going to be.
And I'm a taxpayer. Well,
This is 11/20/25. I did that just a few days ago. And this I did yesterday sitting in the hospital. Dr. Velodius. Just some weird guy with horns on his head. Okay. I think it's time to doodle. It's doodle time. Okay. Don't use a pen. I don't know what type it is. Staples. I didn't know Staples made pens. I just grabbed it and it felt good, and then I drew with it a little bit for about 10-20 seconds, and it's got a lot of variation in the light and dark. In high school, I did this all the time. I got pretty daggone good at drawing with ink, or controlling ink. Part of it, you lay it down sideways, and it doesn't come off very easy because the ball's not rolling, but it comes off some. And then you can start moving, and just very lightly. It's like a pencil. You just very lightly push more and more, and I start bringing my pen up until I start getting really dark. And then what I normally do is go over that again. And the more I go over it, the darker it gets in certain areas. You don't want to go over the whole thing, because then everything will be the same darkness. But yeah, I'd sit in study hall and just dark. The light. That's a good thing to do. Practice that, because when you draw these things, you want to be able to go from dark to light to create a spatial illusion, a depth. Yeah. So here we go. What are we going to create here? Something. I do this in the beginning. I don't know why, but I let my hand do this, and then eventually it feels like I'm doing something that makes sense. I kind of got an idea of what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. I think you just kind of let your mind wander and kind of slowly darken up the things that start to look like something. At first, it won't look like anything, but now I'm getting this. I can see that I've kind of developed a little claw there. I don't know what you call it. Something coming off the head. I don't want to get too detailed yet. Then do something similar to it on the other side, but I'm going to keep it light. Matter of fact, I'm just going to shade it lightly. Atmosphere. I think I'm going to darken up the claw. This little point thing, you make it very pronounced. Okay, don't get too far ahead of yourself, Mark. And I saw that little protrusion there, and I thought, oh, okay, I know what that is. That's a thing. It's a nodule. I don't know what this is. Maybe it glows. Okay, yeah, it glows. It's important when you're sketching, designing something new, creating something new, that you don't what is it called? Limit yourself. Don't say that's stupid. Don't say that doesn't exist. Don't say that wouldn't work. Just do it, and you're liable to find that you'll get some neat stuff that people have never seen before. And then here I'm putting I guess a huge thigh. It's a hopper of some sort. See, I see that like a chicken leg, a drumstick, you know what I mean? Then I'm seeing a tendon right here. Yeah. Then this thing comes down. It's got a hook on it. Where do these ideas come from? Is a really good question. I'm not sure. You just look, well, you sat in the bathroom while you're taking a break, and you stared at the wallpaper and saw things on the wallpaper, right? That's the same thing. You're just sitting and looking, and as you're drawing these weird shapes, your brain desperately wants to make sense of it. A little thing there, and I need a foot. I'm like a little jagged thing back here, and then a foot. There we go. Kind of I'm gonna hook it a little bit more. This little tendon, and off that tendon I'm gonna put a little weird thing. Figure out where your light's coming from and make that the other side darker. Now, could this thing exist in the real world? I don't know. I don't care. This is just about making you think it could exist. And that's about having legs that make sense, that, if you're going to have a jointed animal, then one of those legs has to, if you got two legs in the back, they have to be placed. They should be placed. No. I think it would be smart to place both, one on the other side. So one on the left, one on the right, because the thing would have to balance, right? So, yeah. So you want the thing to exist in the real world. If you want it to, then you need to do it in a way that it can. you know, it looks like a can. I don't know if any of that made sense. I got kind of lost in what I was saying. I don't know what this is. It's a this is a kind of a like a butthole. It just kind of, I don't know, like a kind of an ugly mouth that has a bunch of teeth. I'm gonna shade lightly as it moves outwards towards the. There we go. Now, so down in here, it's gonna be very dark. I'm not worried about the teeth exactly. I'm just making it dark, very, very dark. Wrinkles and some dark areas and some shadows. Down under here, I'm gonna. I don't know what to do with the. This is a back leg. Okay. We need a forearm. There we go. This one I'm gonna make a little bit more human. Kind of join there, the armpit area. Darken that up. Now you'll see I jump around. You want to jump around. You spend too much time in one area. You'll finish that and it will look great, but then it won't match anything else. Actually, you know what? You do what works for you. I'm not going to tell you that it doesn't work. This guy is upset. Let me. Well, I don't think it'll be too loud. My TV is what I'm talking about. Stomach coming down. I'm going to darken this up here. This is not a drawing, it's a sketch, so I'm just not taking too much time. I don't need to be perfect. I'm leaving here and there a couple little lighter areas that will just feel like veins or wrinkles. And right back behind this leg, I'm putting a shadow. I am one of those people that turn my sketchbook or my paper. Some artists will tell you that's bad. That's against the rules. I hate artists who say there are rules. No, I don't hate the artist. I hate the idea of there being rules in art. There are goals and there are rules to achieve this or that. Like you want blue, you want purple, mix red and blue. But that's all. Those are like rules to achieve some objective things. But when it comes to art, it's a very subjective thing, and it is it's not a thing that you have to say, this is why I've done this, or I'm losing my train of thought here. I'm getting into this mouth hole thing, this open, whatever this is. Let me get back on track. Art is it's not a sport. I've said this before. It's just not a sport. It's a way to express yourself. It's many things. And it could be a sport if that's what you want to make it. But I don't see it as a sport. It's you do what you do in order to make it work. doing some eyes here. Very dark black. A couple of shiny spots. I always do that. Not always. I do that a lot. And I'm gonna put the eyes on little what is it called? Little man, I've been having trouble with words lately. Getting old. Little stalks. There we go. Stalks. Kind of like, I guess, slugs have, or snails. That one does not need to be as detailed. You want a basic rule. If there are rules, or a guideline is you want to darken up and to detail anything that you want someone to look at. That makes sense, right? Like a movie, a director or cinematographer or whatever, a director of a movie, not the dudes are the same, they're different, but the director of a movie will focus in, make the camera focus in on the part of the movie that he wants you to look at. Then everything else will more than likely be a little blurry or a little less colorful. I think this would be neat to put a little, I don't know, some type of, I don't know what you call this, a little thing coming off the head. We got to get going on these front legs, or legs, I guess. Okay, so we got this arm, and then this comes up like our forearm would. Excuse me for my silence. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with this. Then I'm gonna put a little cord here, like a little tendon that pulls that together.
How are we fixing this one here?
Room 15 down here can take 3 patients, sir. It's empty.
Let's take a look. That'll do for the malaria patients. Order some beds up from QM, will you?
Yes, sir.
Once upon a time, there was a man named Harrington, a man named Forbes, a man named Gart. They used to exist, but don't any longer. Someone or something took them somewhere. At least they are no longer a part of the memory of man. And
So,
the X-20 supposed to be housed here in this hangar.
texture.
This too does not exist.
I've decided to go some little bumps on the tail. This is a tail of some sort. You want the thing to have texture, and there's many different ways to achieve texture. Here I'm just kind of scribbling little circles. You can put little dots, whatever. Hair here and there. We want to be, what's it called? That goes down, that goes up, and this goes across, and this would come back down. Consistent. We want to be consistent with our
Why with farmers you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance.
texture. So here I've got hair over here. You guys need to have hair on the other knee, which is right here. And give him some hair up here on these little head things. I don't know what those are. They're arms too, I guess, aren't they? I totally forgot that they were even there. Some of my shading I do less by shading and more by a use of line. So, like if I want there to be a little jaw area here, sunken in a little bit, I'll put a little bit of shading, but I just use lines, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Then on top there, I'll put a few lines. That's a holdover from doing so many comic type works. See, I need to, that he's a little bit forward, so that's going to be the bicep. No, there's the bicep, and then there's the forearm. A little bit off of my drawing here. So let's just shade that in. Hope you can see okay. And get a little bit of detail on the underside to suggest shadow.
You've been fine for an hour. We sell booze here, mister. We don't just rent space.
I'm liking it.
That's a fact, buddy. How would you like to take a flying jump in the hole?
It's just about going in and adding detail now. I got the basic thing. It's not my best drawing, but that's okay. I'll add a little bit of shading of the entire area here.
This is a man who has lived 36 undistinguished, meaningless, pointless, failure-laden years, and who at this moment looks for an escape. Any escape. Any way, anything, anybody to get out of the rut. And it's the old man. Just what Mr. Renard is waiting for.
I feel a lot more shading and texture needs to be done for this, but I'm gonna call this quits. I'm just starting to lose interest in it, which that will happen. It's okay. There you go, some nostrils. That's what it was missing. That now it's complete. It's perfect. I'm joking. Okay, let's do something else too. I'm just playing with shapes right now. I'm not. It's not 100% without purpose. I am thinking, okay, that might be an arm, or that might be a wing, or that might be an eye, or let's just take this and see what we can make with it. I'm gonna do some scribbles here and there, some intersecting things. Do you see anything in that? I see a turtle. There's the head. Here's the shell. Here's the flipper, and here's the flipper. And then that would be a flipper, I guess. I see kind of a Finding Elmo thing. Elmo finding Nimoy, searching for Spock. The Search of Spock. Finding Nemo. Is that the name of it? Nemo? The movie about the fish, the clownfish? Here's his head and his bottom of his jaw, and then there's fins. That's the front fin. What else do I see? Oh, I see something cool here. Oh yeah, that's what I want. A beak. This is gonna be a head. The back of the skull, the top of the skull, some weird thing that comes off. I know what that is. That is a resonator. It's a thing that has a bunch of holes in it, that
He comes in here 7 nights a week.
it blows air through and it makes a real high-pitched screechy thing to scare off things.
Of course. There are.
So see, there's, okay, there's, I'm gonna make the eye a little bigger. No, I'm gonna make the eye smaller. Small eye on a big
Instead of pitching.
bulbous protrusion, but then it's got to set into the skull. There's the temple.
I know what it is.
Okay. I'm gonna make the beak open up towards the top.
That's right.
Okay. So just work with it and see what you see, and don't give up the first time. If you don't, if it's a turtle in the beginning and you hate turtles, you just keep going. It will turn into something you like. Go with similar eye, and then this shading the bottom of this bulbous, I guess it's like the eyeball, but it's covered with some skin. Then here's like an eyelid over it. That looks a little too human. I'm not gonna do that. That's just a little too human. So now I'm gonna turn this and go like this. Darken this under here. Okay, my shade under this protrusion, put a little darkness down here. There we go. It's where the temple is. Darken that up just a little bit. Pull this under here. I don't know why. That's where the jaw connects. Which brings up the idea of anatomy. I know anatomy of the human body decently, but animal anatomy I don't know well, but I've seen animals. We've all seen animals our whole life. So you kind of got an idea of what a squirrel looks like, or what a horse looks like, or what a you got an idea of what all these animals look like. So when you draw it, just do your best, or maybe go get on Google and do a search for animal anatomy. Pick an animal you like. Pick your favorite animal and check out the anatomy. Sketch it. Pick the claw and sketch the claw for 15 minutes or so. Just gotta get the bottom of the jaw where it connects here. So yeah, just we just because we've seen it, that gives us some knowledge. So don't cut yourself out of the game so quickly. This looks like something here, like a turkey thingy that hangs from the mouth or the nose, but I don't want that to be the case. I'm gonna fade this little horn thing out. Now you got to say to yourself, how do these things connect? You got to make things seem like they're connecting. They don't just the whole thing. The whole bug creature is not made out of one material. We're made out of skin, muscle, teeth, bone, fingernails. Some of our skin is like very smooth. Other parts of our skin is wrinkled and hairy, whatever. So think about that. How's it connecting? How's it different? So I'm going to make these little pockets for these bones to stick out of, and then a little bit of a lip around them. And I think I'm going to put this down a little bit lower and make this a ridge that's riding up on top. There we go. And I'm going to give a few, these circles maybe think of texture, or at least design in this case. These are little patches of color on the head, just here and there. Now, how's this beak, or whatever it is? First of all, it's shiny. I'm gonna darken it up, give it a spot to shine. You don't want it just flat, so I'm gonna leave a little spot to shine. These are just tricks you do to fool the viewer's eye. They're not super realistic, but from my comic book time, I'm still drawing comic book stuff. You know, you get little tricks like how to make something look shiny. So if you're drawing realistically, you would look at that shot, you look at whatever you're drawing and ask yourself, where's that shine at? But in this case, I'm just suggesting that idea of shine. So and honestly, I'm not doing a great job at it, but that's okay. It's a sketch. Give yourself a license to fail. Kind of define some stuff here. Darken up that separation. I think what I did here is, I'm going to use an eraser here in this case. I went too dark on the top where the light's hitting. What I found is you can erase regular ink. Lick the end of your eraser, or you put it underwater. Then go in there and scrub a little bit. This will damage your paper a little bit, but the sketches. Yuck. It's kind of smearing it, making it nice and unified. But you see it's a little bit lighter there on the top. I got a little bit of texture happening. There are pens that erase, but mine's not one of those. But you see I got a lighter spot now. So how does this join the face?
This holiday help find more cures for more children. Donate now at St. Jude's.
That's a good question. I'm going to put a little, like a duck bill. There we go.
Hormone treatment stopped working for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Everything stopped. So what keeps me going? This. This is why I choose
Another possibility
adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer who have
is
received
if you've lost that, if you got a, what am I saying?
And was proven to help some people live longer than chemotherapy.
If you lost your
Severe or life-threatening side effects include low white blood cell count, which can lead to
shine, your little light areas, get yourself a gel pen, one that works. And I don't know if any of these work. This one's too thin. Yeah, none of these work. I do know what works though. Excuse me.
There are other side effects of Trodelvy. This is why I choose Trodelvy.
This is a Sharpie creative marker. It's white. And so I'm gonna go in there and just create a shine. It doesn't cover super well, but it does cover. And now I've got my highlight. Not great, but I'm moving into other media, which is fine. It's a sketch. I just want to get this part done a little quicker. There we go. Just ruined the Sharpie marker into the trash can. I don't like ruining my markers, but I just did. I went into that wet stuff. I'll tell you what, one thing I want to improve on about myself is I'm not very patient. And so I want things to look good pretty quick. Okay, I'm gonna stop on that before I ruin it. As if it's not already ruined, that is. So here we've got something going on. That's the jaw. But I'm gonna make the jaw kind of bulbous and like it's full of air. Well, yeah, it'd have to be full of air. That's a part of the creature that forces the air through that tube. So one of its protective characteristics is it's not a strong animal, but it can protect itself through these loud screeches. So that's kind of cool. Here's an example of me using that cross-hatching, but it's also a texture. It makes it look kind of like, you know, a fingerprint or a skin texture, which I kind of like. Let's go dark under here. I'll tell you, there many times, excuse me, often I draw stuff that I don't care for. I don't care for. That's okay. Move to pencil.
What satisfies him comes long and low and drives from 4 wheels. Drapes nice and smooth around the shoulders. Fits easy. Comes from expensive shops, looks uptown. Luxury, Papa. Luxury. Now come on, concentrate. Go into a trance or whatever you're doing. Tell me what I need to know for tomorrow. What's for the next day? What's for Wednesday? Come on, old man. Concentrate. What do I need?
Now on these holes,
Pen? Is it a gag or something?
I've drawn the outlines. Now I'm shading
A leaky pen. I'm supposed to need a leaky pen, is that it?
the
Pen that drips all over.
bottom part, which will make it look like they're holes in the beak or whatever this is.
Look, he dropped right alongside of a horse's name. Staunch soldier runs in the first race tomorrow. Hey, old man. You're all right.
Now how am I going to make this thing feel like it's part of it? I'm going to create some wrinkles in it, like it's coming off. Just some little wrinkles that flow with the, because it's not big all the time, so there's some wrinkles from where it's been stretched out. If I'm going to draw a wrinkle, I'm going to go in and put a little bit of shading on the bottom of each line to create some depth, if that makes sense.
That's what you wanted?
Uh,
That's what it is. Tomorrow's race, isn't it?
you go dark where you want crevices or cracks in your creature.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to add something here.
A tip.
I'm going to add a little,
Oh, yeah, here's a tip. Don't play with matches.
dark area here. I'm going to say that's part of the beak. I like that. Yeah, white guy.
Okay, baseball. Basketball.
There we go. I'm going to darken up this ridge a little bit. Get some contrast going. Fade back into the back of the head. There's two ways, many ways, but two ways you can achieve. Let's put a neck on this thing.
There you go. Hey, partner. You, whatever your name is.
Okay, let's say that's done. although it needs shading down here. Let's just talk about this a little bit, then we'll call it a day, or at least a minute. There's all kinds of issues with this stuff. It's not perfect by any means, but I don't care. My personality is someone who wants perfection, and if you're one of those people, great, but I'm telling you, it's going to make your life hard if you can get rid of that, or at least ease up on it a bit and give yourself some grace in allowing yourself to F up. Excuse my French. That is French, you know. I'm not sure what that meant. Realize everybody makes mistakes. It's nothing abnormal. And yes, that search for perfection, that desire for that, is what pushes you on to make things better. So that's cool, but you'll destroy yourself if you don't give yourself some grace. I have torn up works of art that have taken me, 40 hours, and then I just tear it up rather than accept. I've done that while I'm currently illustrating a book for a guy, and I've done the entire book 3 times over, the illustrations. Each time I'm like, I just don't like this, what I'm doing. I said to myself, just keep pushing on, finish it. So I did, and then I looked at it and thought, I don't like it. So I went back and did it again, and then again. At some point, you're just going to have to realize there's only so many hours in a day, and if you're working for someone, you've got to get the work done. You're not going to be able to present something that you're 1,000% happy with. It's just not going to happen. Unless you're one of those people that you don't have that deep need for something to be perfect. You're never going to reach that goal, so give yourself some grace. Having said that, these don't fall into the category of what I would call good drawings, but they're not drawings, they're sketches. And maybe I'll take one of them and put some vellum, some tracing paper over top of it and turn it into something else. That's typically my way of creating, is I draw and then I lay something over top of it and redraw it, and it becomes very different. Lay something over top of that and redraw that until I get the way I want it. And usually 3 times is enough. Okay. I hope you've enjoyed this to some extent. This has been, and still is, Mark Johnson for Iconica Studios. I don't know why I did that. Let's date this 2025. I think it's the 2nd of December. I think. Yeah, I'm right. Okay. Later on. After a while, bathroom tile